Hi there, it's me. I hope you're well. It is 10 o'clock, well, it's 9:56 p.m. on July 25th, 2022. I've spent the last 2 days resting and healing, eating, and I'm feeling better. But I am about to make a post that I know I'm going to have to do this first, so I'd really like to talk to you about my superpowers and abilities of the past and the ones that I have today. And then I'd like to talk to you about the culling and a little bit about my past life, okay? And this is going to take a lot, so I'm going to try to make these videos a little bit shorter. But I'm going to do my best, okay? Because I know this is important, and I just want to let you know, I just want to make sure this is good. I just want to let you know that I'm always going to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And that's why I'm okay to sit here in my nightgown with my hair, it fell out actually just before I sat down, in a little bun. And not have any makeup on, even though I am showered and clean and fresh. But I don't really care. And it's not because I don't love myself, just because I am confident, and it really doesn't matter, because I would literally go out and fight a war in my nightgown with my hair in a bun, so it's totally cool. And you'd be like, hey, that's Lacey. So at least everybody will know it's me. All right. Where should I start? Let's start with the powers. So when I was younger, I would have really powerful visions and flashbacks during a lot of the incidences of my abuse, okay? I found out over the years that sometimes you have to go through the same type of trauma to remember different traumas from your past life, whether they happened to you or you caused them, okay? Ever since I can remember, from my earliest memories, and it wasn't just daydreams, this was something that was deeply ingrained within me, something that I couldn't actually put to words and explain or articulate properly, because I didn't understand it myself. And everybody teased me about it, and everybody made fun of me about it, and everybody said that would never be, and that I'm a dreamer, and that I need to get my head out of the clouds, and all of those things that everyone's heard in their lifetime, I'm sure. But what would happen is it would be little bits and pieces of things, and it was even more traumatic because I didn't understand it. A part of me thought that maybe this was a way for me to deal with the emotions of what was going on in my life at the time. Sorry about my computer screen blocking out my eyeballs. Here, let's see if I can turn that down. Anyway, oh, I forgot where I was. Oh yeah, so I didn't really, just hang on a second. Hi again, sorry about that. I do not remember where I was. My cat, both of them needed more food, even though I just fed them, and that's a whole other thing. So, I remember kind of vaguely where I was, so I will just continue. In the past, the master geneticists came. Okay, well, what they think of themselves are, well, they are. I mean, they made some really cool stuff. They're really good at what they do. But just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. I said that before. And I was taken from the ethereal realms as an experiment and placed right into a physical vessel in the 3D. Okay? You cannot do this. You cannot take a supernatural being, a deva, and slap it into a physical vessel. It's like giving a child a Ferrari. This is not going to go well. And it didn't after a while, but there was much worse than me, and eventually what happened was there were beings upon the earth at that time that were out of control, that could not be controlled because of what they were. They didn't really know that that was going to happen either, right? It was an experiment to see how it went. It didn't go good. People are wondering why I'm so afraid. Oh, she must be a coward. Oh, you're just not meant for it. Oh, it's okay. Some people just can't handle it. You're too weak, blah, blah, blah. All right. Well, let me explain something to you. The last time I had these powers, they were used for battle, for war. Okay? You can use them for good things. And with every intention, I always plan to. But I don't actually want them back. Do you know why? Because that means I will have to use them most likely. And I don't want to. Not because I can't, or because I'm scared, or whatever. It's because I don't want to. What happened last time was very traumatic, and that's why it took about 300,000 years for me to come back. The timeline is very messed up, okay? But it's been a long time. And it was very different for me when I got here. But before, I had all full abilities. I could shapeshift into whatever I wanted. Okay? Even though I was this elemental dragon spirit, I was just another creation of the Creator. Okay? There's been all kinds of things all throughout time. And I don't know everything. I don't remember everything. But I'm going to tell you what I do remember. So I could shapeshift into anything. It didn't take any time at all. Bam, 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 bam. I will shapeshift into anything. I was very strong. I was very smart, very intelligent, and I learned very quickly because I had a lot of animal instincts still. Okay? We weren't the same as we are now. I was very different. I never spoke. I was fully telepathic. Okay? I could shoot what looks like lightning, but it's actually an energy discharge. Okay? And I could control the strength of it. Whether I wanted to turn you to dust or whether I just wanted to give you a zap on your bum. Okay? But I also had control over the elements since I was an elemental being. So earth, air, fire, water, all of that. I was very powerful. And I loved my family. And I did not know that they were the way that they were because I didn't realize. Okay? When you come from a higher dimension to a lower one, you change. And there was a whole bunch of different things that were new for me and others. Things like just as simple as breathing air, drinking water, and eating. This is different. To have so many different senses and feelings. It wasn't like that before. To have even the urge to procreate. We did not have this before. So it was almost like kids at recess when they're out of school. Wah! They're so excited to be out. Well, that's what it was kind of like. And it was really good for a while because that's all we were focused on was just how awesome it was to be alive. And we were very much enjoying it, okay? In all kinds of ways. I'm not proud of it or anything, but it was a thing. It was all new, and I guess we just wanted to try everything a lot, okay? So, in the end, when the last culling that I remember happened, things were just too chaotic, and it got out of control. They realized what they had done was a mistake. Even though it went as it was supposed to, and if Source didn't want it to happen, it never would have. Long story short, in the end, I changed my heart. And I will go into that in greater detail another time. Okay? All about the past. But it's just, I don't have time for all that right now. And I'm sorry that I waited so long. I didn't mean to. I've really tried to do this. Like, if you notice in my videos, I will have interruptions and all kinds of stuff, and that's just how it goes. The dark will mess with me however way that it can, because it can't do it in all kinds of ways, so it messes with me however it can, mostly through my kitty cats, okay? Because I love them. So, the superpowers of today is who I am today. All that I brought with me from my past life, right? My heart, my soul, and I express it through this voice that I have now. It took me a long time to change. It did. And because I changed my heart, even at the last few moments in the end, maybe not the last few moments, but you know, I did it in time. There's always enough time. Even at the last minute, there's always enough time. And I changed my heart, and that's why I got this chance to reincarnate, to work things out, to become the being that I was meant to be. You see? Source, God, Creator, loved me so much and does forgive. No matter what you do, you always get another chance. It may take some time, but when you're ready, you get another chance. That's why I don't know if I said this yet, but when you take away someone's life, you take away their chance to change, even if it's in the last few moments. Yeah? Maybe I had it been different the last time if I wasn't killed, because somebody killed me when I was no more use to them. And I was upset about it for a long time, but I forgive, because I don't think they would have been able to get me under control after what happened. I went kind of berserk. But the reason why I decided to use my superpowers of today is because they are necessary. Not because I wanted anything. I don't want anything from you. And I don't mean it in a rude way, but I don't. I have everything that I need in this life, and you know what? It is not perfect. And I do struggle, but I find a way to survive. You know? It would be great to move out of this building. It would. But I will do that all on my own. So I don't need anything from you. Nobody is paying me to do this. There's nobody influencing me to do this except unconditional love, which I believe is coming straight from the divine, because I cannot help it. It is forcing me. I should have done this a while ago, like I knew, but I didn't. And again, I apologize for that, because I knew there was something wrong, but I didn't know what to do. And now I thought, well, maybe I would just wait until my powers came back. You can't wait for that. It'll be way too late then. I want to fix things now. I don't want war. I don't want fighting. But there needs to be some better open dialogue, open, honest talk, okay? And before I post what I'm going to post, I'm going to make this video, right? Like I said. Because I don't actually want those powers back. I will have to use them. And I'm not threatening anybody. I don't want anyone to feel like they're in danger. I don't want you to feel like that, and I don't want anyone to think that I'm a threat to them. Even the government. I am willing to talk. And I think we should, before it gets really bad like it did last time. Because I may not know exactly what to do, but I will trust my feelings completely. So, I really hope this was good. I hope this explains it at least a little bit more. Because I know this is crazy as hell. I know. And it took a lot of faith for me to even be here today. But that's how I know that I needed to do this. That I need to tell people, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how long it takes, no matter how many tries, I have to continue. I really am an earth dragon. I know. When I first heard about all of this, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. I was over at a neighbor's house. We were having a coffee and smoking a joint. I was 22 or 23 years old. And I cannot remember what we were talking about. But she turned around, and this lady, she was a hard-working mother of two, husband, clean house. You know, there was no indication. This came out of nowhere. This hit me like... Okay, so she turns around on her computer chair, and she says to me, I'm having a tea. I think it was coffee at the time. And she says, you know there's reptilians underground and the government knows about it. Like reptilian humanoid aliens. And I went, oh. What are you supposed to say to that? I didn't know. I thought, that's the craziest thing I have ever heard. And I did not want to be rude to my friend. And I remember we talked about it a little bit, and then she just gave it up because she knew she had overwhelmed me. The same thing that I have done to other people. But I was never able to forget that. Ever. And I kept thinking about it, and then I went looking for it, and that's how this started. All this that came back to me. And it was always there. But I had pushed it away. I pushed it away, and I said, nope, that's not real, that's all in your head, blah, 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 blah. And then it came back with a friggin' vengeance. Oh, yes. Like a rug being swept right out from under my feet. I did not see that coming. So, I know it's a lot. But that's what I used to be. I may not be that anymore. But that will always be a part of me, who I am. And that's what I brought to this life here. That's why I decided to do this and not write a book or anything like that. This is a conversation between friends. And if I had wrote a book, I would need to charge money for it. And a lot of people may not have access to that. And I don't want you to ever think that I'm doing this for personal gain, because I'm not. I gain nothing from this except the peace of mind of knowing that I did what my heart and soul told me to do, that then I'll be able to sleep and be at peace, you know, because I did the right thing. I wasn't scared to tell you that I've come here reincarnated from the Atlantean and Antediluvian age. I was here a long time ago. And no, I don't know everything, and I don't know all that's going on, but I definitely know something's wrong, and I wouldn't have awakened. I wouldn't have if I wasn't necessary. Anyway, I really hope that I've done well. This is 20 minutes almost now, and I think I don't know if I have anything else to tell you. Oh, about the culling and everything. I'm going to have to do another one. Oh, it didn't work the last time, and a lot of them that didn't get reincarnated are friggin' mad. They're mad about it, but they don't get it that they need to change. Then they'll get their chance, okay? The beings that I met are dead. They're not alive. They're dead. They're in the etheric realms. They're in the fourth dimension. They're spirits. They died a long time ago. They suffered a really horrific death. All of their people were hunted down and killed. They learned a really hard lesson back then, and they came back all this time. And I knew them back then too. They came back all this time to help me through this life. Do you understand? And at the end of this, they will graduate and I will graduate. Now, there's a whole crap ton of them. But I do have 2 guardians. Okay? They're my teachers and my guardians. One's the angel, one's the devil, like the thing on the shoulders. Yes? Sorry. And they are supposed to teach me lessons. They are supposed to deliver karma and dharma. Yes? They write down your good deeds and your bad deeds. If I mess up, green messes with me. If I do well, blue helps. Yes? Okay. And I know that they're dead. They are not aliens. I got very upset when this lady brought this up to me, and I knew it was true because it triggered me so bad it hurt. But they're not aliens. They're not extraterrestrials. They're dimensional beings, and my friends are dead. Okay? But I had to tell them, like, alright, I hear you, and they are behind another gate that I have not opened. Alright? They stay behind that one. Some people will know them as the Jinn. But there's a whole bunch of different ones, okay? That story, how the Iblis was sent down to deal with all that chaos in the past, okay? Yes, you will find truth in all religions. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that's how it went, okay? Because the Jinn were here before us. They lived a long time ago, and that's what these beings told me. We lived here a long time ago before you guys ever existed. Okay? They told me very little, but when I was desperate and I really needed it, they did. Okay? They really forced me to learn everything by myself. They would give me little nudges and hints, but that's it. I had to do this all on my own. Everything. I figured it out all by myself. I mean, with the help of others, listening to other people, hearing other people's stories, reading books, watching videos, all that, okay? All the research and studying and inner work and everything like that I've done. But I'm not going to tell you that they're not in existence, or like that this, like, I'm going to pretend like, oh, you know, no. They'll always be there. We always have this, okay? But what you need to do is, and even they'll tell you this in Islam, and a lot of people may get the wrong impression, but that's okay. I will keep trying my best to show you who I am, because what happens is the Jinn will try to control you. But then that's why they're scared of you, because when you get powerful enough, you control them. Okay? I don't use these things to hurt anybody. I don't do magics, okay? I see them as people like us. People from somewhere else. That's why I thought they were extraterrestrials, and I treated them as such for years up until this year. And maybe during the last year I kind of had a feeling, but definitely right now and this year of 2022, I knew. Okay? It's just really difficult to break it to people, because I don't think that we ever get to go on UFOs and all that stuff until you die. And you pass on to your next level of existence, which is probably the UFOs and the, you know, if you read the stages of initiation, it'll make sense. Do I actually believe that this, like, great solar flash event will happen and I will transform again, transmutate, whatever? Maybe. But like I said, if my powers come back, I hope I don't have to use them like last time. – Even though I know I will use them responsibly this time. And it's going to take work. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to take work and self-control, emotional control, mental control, physical control. But I've been trained very well, so I think it'll be all right. And if it isn't, there'll be somebody to deal with me too. So I hope this clears a few things up. I really wish I had clarified with these other groups what their definitions of evil was, because in 2017, when they presented me with the Culling, it felt like a test. I didn't know what to do with it. I fought it. It was very, very stressful and distressing and depressing and all kinds of stuff. I didn't know what to do. But as soon as I heard about the jabs, I knew what was happening. And ever since that moment, I have not stopped talking. I should have done it this way, but I didn't. I was all over Facebook and all that other crap. And I mean, even though it did all right, it wasn't good enough. So now I've stepped it up a notch. And I hope that this satisfies some people's curiosities and their worries about me. As to, oh God, here's another one. I wonder what she wants from us. I don't want anything from you. I appreciate your love and your support. It really helps me. I am not energy harvesting. Every prayer that you give to me, I will use for the good things in this world. I'll use it to heal myself and to use this voice and my superpowers. And I thank you for that. Some people won't tell you this. It's called a YouTube channel for a reason. And they are siphoning your energy. They are. It's a natural thing. Like, for example, when my parents would beat me up and I was feeling very low, I need a drink. Hang on. When I was feeling very low, I would get people to brush my hair. Okay? This isn't energy stealing. I was only a child and I didn't understand what I was doing. I was borrowing it. You get it back. Sometimes the people would go to sleep with me afterwards. We'd take a nap. That happened with one of my friends, Rochelle, and I remember that. Okay? Rochelle? What was her name? Rochelle? I'm pretty sure it was. They moved away to Winnipeg. Anyway, but yeah, so that's one example. So I used to do that. But it isn't to be a parasite. It's because sometimes, since the aether isn't in the air anymore like it used to be, and this was this energy that I could breathe into myself and use it almost like food. Okay? So I didn't need to eat. But now it's almost impossible for me to do that. It's not impossible, but it is difficult. So when you pray for me and when you think good things of me, you are helping me. And I appreciate you taking the time to be here with me and giving me enough of your heart to listen. I very much appreciate that, because it's been really hard for me. But I'm going to try my best for myself and for everybody else, okay? Alright, well, I'm going to have to go to bed soon. It's 11:04 now. So I love you. And I hope you sleep well. And I wish you the best dreams. I hope I have some really good ones tonight too. And tomorrow is a new day. And let's hope it is a much better one. Okay? Alright. I'll talk to you later. God source bless you. Have a good night. See you.